If y'all remember, y'all been watching my YouTube for long as y'all know I've always been going to trails since I was 15 years old. Might as well tell y'all the history on my personal life when it comes to forest and nature and everything. So basically, my mom and dad growing up, they are fire signs as well. So they like to move around. They like to walk in trails and stuff. My parents have always been the type to want to walk around the neighborhood, to go walk in trails, to go to parks and all different types of stuff. Growing up, my mom would take me to a park or to a trail probably every single weekend. And if it wasn't every weekend, it was every other weekend. My parents weren't the type where, oh, they go walk on a trail for a photo or they go walk on a trail because they're angry or something like that. No. My parents walked on the trail because they naturally like to sightsee. So a lot of the habits that I have now is because of my parents. They're fire signs as well. So if you guys already know about astrology, usually the sign that's in the same element as you, whether it's fire, air, earth, whatever, usually, okay, this path is kind of crazy. You got a path where you can go straight. You got a path where you can turn right. It's kind of scary. Uh, I'm gonna go straight, even though I'm not supposed to. Or go straight and see where this goes first. This is the easiest way for me not to get lost. But yeah, so my parents were always bringing me here. And it's not this specific trail, but any trail. Even when we would travel, like go to Missouri, Mississippi, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Georgia, Florida, all these other different states, because I guess people tend to not realize that I've been to different places. I just haven't been out the country. But so yeah, like when you're growing up with parents that want to take you outside every single weekend or every single other week, you tend to grow to love it, especially since that's your form of peace. You know, my mom would take me to trails or parks and stuff like that where I would be walking around and stuff. I would just have my headphones in. We're right next to the airport, but I would just have my headphones in and usually I'd just be walking. I didn't have to walk beside my mom. I could walk however I want, whatever pace I wanted. And we'd be there for like an hour or 2 hours. And I loved it growing up. And I grew to do it when I got older as well. Like when I started getting on my own and having my own apartment and stuff. As you guys saw if you go look at my YouTube video, the YouTube video that says, as you guys can see, I'm walking in slides because I didn't expect to come here. It was just a random, you know, a random type of thing. I'm like, it's a cool day today. I'm already in the car. I might as well go walk a trail, get some energy out or whatever. And plus, I like to give my boyfriend space. I'm the type of person where when you're dating somebody, you're not supposed to be all up in the house with them every day, all day, you know. And a lot of people don't realize that certain beings, certain souls, certain signs, they need more time to themselves than others, if that makes sense. And my boyfriend's a Gemini, so he's kind of like how Aries is. We like our own space. So we don't like people, we don't like to constantly text, call, and talk to people 24/7 and drains our energy. So it also gives him a form of space where he could be to himself and by himself and think and all this type of stuff. So, but yeah, so it's not unsettling. It's actually calm, but I'm not going to play music while I'm walking in the woods because I've seen plenty of animals in the woods that don't be listed on signs when you go to parks and stuff. I've seen boars, I've seen hogs, I've seen bison, I've seen bobcats, I've seen, what else? I've seen a lot of different I've seen wolves in real life while I was walking in a trail before, twice. One actually came up to me. So I've been. That's how you know I've been to trails a lot. If I've encountered a lot of different types of animals, and I know about safety concerns and um, also about heightened awareness and stuff. When it comes to this type of stuff, because people will feel like, oh, because it's a trail and it's like this and stuff like that, like, oh, a lot of people come here that there's no animals here, it's not unsafe. It could still be unsafe. That's a damn lie. They don't check every single day when somebody is, they're not going to check every single day. They're not going to check every single day whenever somebody is walking on the trail or not, because animals can come from out of nowhere. They could be coming from anywhere. So um, you gotta be careful nowadays. So it's just crazy to me. Oh, I gotta put this up right now. Hold on now. Why won't you open, bitch? Hold on now. Anyways, so um, but anyways, let me go back to why I started coming to trails. So yeah, I would say my mom kind of put me on to going to trails when I was younger because I always loved plants. I used to have rocks and I used to have my own plants at my parents' house. I used to garden and stuff like that. So I know how to garden. I know how to deal with plants and rocks and all different types of little bugs and stuff. So this is beautiful. Oh, I can go right and get lost, right? And then I can turn left and get lost as well. All I know is to keep going down there. I'm gonna go left. This is beautiful, but it's like it's giving. What birds am I seeing? Like, you feel me? This is a sight to see. Yes, this is a sight to see. Oh my goodness. But it's not that beautiful. So this is me, y'all, chilling. I'm cool. I'm good. But we about to make this left. So I'm not gonna be out here that long. Cause it's like 89 degrees out here. I have some shorts on. I did not come with the right attire, and I definitely didn't come. It's not good. That's why I don't come here with headphones on. I don't listen to music while I'm walking down here while I'm going in trails or anything. I don't do none of that. There's a reason why a hawk is hawking right now. But anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna tell y'all at the end of the video about trail tips and everything like that. If you guys never been to a trail before, or if you want to know more stuff about trails and facts and stuff, I'll definitely list at the end of the video. But yeah, my mom inspired it more likely, I would say, because I didn't really know about trails, with me having a phone so late and learning about certain stuff. I didn't know certain things, like certain stuff. Yes, I'm very intelligent in, but certain other things I was not intelligent in. See, this is the part. This is not the part that I want to be by. I'll go down here. But this is not a part that I want to be by. But I know exactly which way this is taking me, because I've been to this trail. This trail that you guys see me at right now, this was the very first trail that I ever went to in my whole entire life. And I don't trust this shit. Even though it's washed up and there's no water. It's sketchy how quiet it is. It's too quiet. And that's why I got my motherfucking shit. Okay. As long as I'm seeing birds and squirrels and I'm hearing stuff like that, I'm good. When it's completely dropped dead silent, that's a problem. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm probably not gonna go all the way deep in there, because that's a different part of the trail. That's why it ends up being skinny. I hate that my eyesight got bad after the time. White Lake Trail. So as you guys can see, that's how you go down. I'll go down straight, but I'm not going all the way down. I'm about to turn around. Because we are super close. As you guys can see, we're still super close. We are still super close. And when you see stuff like that, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You see how close the trees are together now? And it's quiet. And when you see trees like that, that's not a good sign. They probably don't check on these trails often, especially with the government shut down right now. But those type of trees right there, I see a squirrel, I'm good. As long as I see some type of life, I'm okay. And you don't see nothing, that's not a good sign. But as you guys can see, right there is the lake. So we are very, very close to a lake. And when you see when you see grass like that, that's alligator grass. Okay. So I don't trust it. You gotta basically, people don't understand when they go to trails and forests, you're proceeding with your own caution, which means the trail is not responsible if you end up missing, if you end up getting bit, if you end up dead or anything like that. The trail is not responsible. You see how close it is to the fucking shit? I don't trust that shit. I don't trust it. I'll do it for the video, but I'm walking straight back. These people are fucking tripping. Uh-uh. Yeah, we going back. I was trying to show y'all, but there's a reason why that bird is fucking squeaking. Y'all sit there and laugh at me and think I'm paranoid. I'm not paranoid. Everything happens for a fucking reason. So as you guys can see, I'll go a little bit down, but that's about it. I'm not going all the way fucking down. Goes deeper into there. We're not gonna be going down this way. Have I walked this whole trail? Yes. Multiple times, more than once. I'll do it one last time just for the YouTube, okay? Just for the YouTube, because niggas gonna say I'm pussy. Okay. But y'all don't hear the trees snapping? Alligators and crocodiles are fast, y'all. I've never been chased by one, and I'm not gonna start today. Some people that sit here and just walk down here and not give a damn. Okay, so y'all seen enough. I'm not going all the way down to the White Lake Trail. Whew, why do you want in my... Oh, we're not going all the way to the White Lake Trail. We gonna stay right here. They going to the White Lake Trail. See, they hearing shit. I follow behind them, but I don't want to seem like I'm following anybody or anything. But so over 15 years, I would say, of me coming here. That's a very long time. So I've since I've been coming here for such a long time, I recognize all the trails and stuff. See, they coming here. They got the mountain sticks and stuff like that. They ain't scared of nothing. Coming here by yourself is to a trail is way more scary than being with somebody else. I promise you that. Or being with a dog. If I had my dog, it'd be different. Because they would be able to see what I can't see, hear what I can't hear. But I'm not gonna do all this today. But yeah, so we're gonna see how this goes. They was bold. I'm a paranoid cutie because I've seen too much shit in trails, bro. Even this trail, y'all, the funniest thing I ever had that happened to me in this trail was one time I'm hearing like the ground shake. Like everything starts shaking. And I'm just like, it felt like an earthquake mixed with like something else. And later on, came to realization that, later on, came to realization that it was fucking deers. And I started to notice them while I was walking. Like, they was on the sides of me in this same trail. They was on the sides of me. And they was fucking, it was like a stampede, bro. It was about at least 20 deers running past me. And they was grown ass adults running past me, bro. And it just sounded so fucking crazy, especially, you know, like in the woods. Look how silent it is when I don't talk. And imagine you hear about 20, 25 deers just run past you, and they all adult. Like, you could hear their hooves and everything. Like, that shit was wild. That shit was wild. I'm sorry, y'all. So, you know, that just shows that people are crazy out here. Like, to be thinking, oh, nothing's gonna happen when we walking in a public trail or walking in a trail period or this and third. You never know what's gonna happen. Because they don't know what animals are in here like that. They don't come in here on an everyday basis. They are. My skin. So, yeah, every single time I come to this trail, I go to different ones. I know which ones take me where, but the longest trail I think is like 4, 6, or 8 miles in here. And I have not walked the longest trail in here. That's because every single time I come in here, y'all, it freaks me the fuck out. It freaks me out. The reason why is because most of the time I go in here by myself, so that's probably why it freaks me out. But it legit freaks me out. Walking in a trail like this. And it's not necessarily because, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen. Anything. You know, I'm not scared of the silence or anything. But you never know who's watching you. And it goes for person, animal, or thing. Even an entity. Because I'm pretty sure these trails are all haunted. Every single trail is probably haunted. Every single national park, I'm pretty sure it's haunted. So, you know, you never know if something watching you is living or not. But yeah, I've been coming here for a long time. And yeah. And ever since I got my first apartment, my very, very first apartment, if you guys go look at my channel, it's called Water something, or something with a W. And it's like a trail blog or something like that. I walked that whole entire trail. It took you at least 30, 40 minutes to walk the whole thing, especially if you're walking slow. I had a trail right outside of my very first apartment, so I'll be walking that whole every single day. And it had an alligator park that you can actually walk through, and it said enter at your own risk, because they know alligators probably come up out there, and if they do, what you gonna do? So that's why I said going to trails is not something you should flex if you're not self-aware, if you don't know how to protect yourself. Because I've been seeing a lot of these stories about people getting kidnapped and stuff like that. Yep, they're coming. Move that shit. I've been seeing stuff like that lately. Of, like I said, of people legit just coming in here and like not coming here for good intent. They come here to do crazy things and stuff like that. So you gotta be aware of your surroundings and also look yourself and be yourself. So 10 years going to the trail, you already know you're gonna know the ups and downs and everything when it comes down to walking the trail and stuff like that. And you're also going to understand stuff about outside and awareness and stuff like that. You could tell when people don't normally go to trails, or you could tell when people like just have no, what is it called, survival skills. Yeah, you could definitely tell by that. But yeah, so I grew into going to trails a lot. I didn't really record it or anything like that because I'm not the type, but yeah. So after that, I was going to it frequently, probably every single day or every other day I was walking that trail, like dead serious. And I did that for probably about a year, and then I had moved and I went to another apartment complex that was, I would say, like 15 minutes away from that apartment complex. So I eventually ended up going, and when I ended up going to my other one, I went to this one park. I think it's called like Memorial Park or Hershey something park. That's where I was going. Look at that tree right there. That's where I was going. Oh, this leads to picnic area. Bro, huh? I didn't come from this way. The fuck? I swear to God, I didn't come from this way. This is not where my car is at. That's crazy. Where the fuck was I supposed to turn at? So, anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. So, anyways, yeah, like, shit. I was going frequently to that one too. I was going probably once a week to that one or twice a week. And most people that I see that go to trails go by themselves. If they're not by themselves, they're with their whole entire family. If they're not with their whole entire family, it's just couples, you know? You're never really gonna see people there wearing super, super cute outfits, looking super good, and you know, you're gonna see some people there by themselves. So you shouldn't be scared or embarrassed to come here if you do want to come to trails or parks by yourself. You're good, okay? But the only thing is, I would say, is that this is not for the weak. And some people don't come here. Some people come here to just use it as a workout. I don't look at it as working out, me personally. I look at it as it's stimulating my mind because it be causing me to think or review things or analyze things, I would say. And it helps ground me, like humble me. And then sometimes I don't even have no thoughts while I'm walking in here. I'm just chilling, just staring at the plants, staring at the animals, looking around. You know, I love nature, so I could sit here and look at plants all day. I could sit here and look at trees all day. So I don't know. But yeah, so when I got to my third apartment, which was in Pasadena, that's when I stopped. I think it was like 20. No, I'm tripping. I always bring a bag when I'm going trails and stuff like that because you never know. I'm the type of person where I think ahead. I always think futuristic wise, so I'm always prepared when I do something or when I go somewhere, especially by myself. So the main thing that I would say is when I got to my third apartment, which like I said was by Wedge Chase, they had some other trails over there too. I forgot what trails I was going to over there, but I went to 2 different ones over there. And I didn't really like them trails and stuff because some trails, they have like elevations and they have parts where they stop. Like you could literally die if you didn't notice that the trail stopped right here. You know, some trails are literally unsafe or unmaintained or just not realistic too. I've been to trails that are not realistic, like when it comes to how the trail looks or how it is. Like I've been in a trail once where I didn't see not one animal. I was like, yeah, this ain't a real trail. You don't see one animal, it's not a real trail. It's man-made. This trail is not man-made, I can definitely tell. So, that's the one thing I would say. not gonna take me long to walk to the car. I can walk to the car from here. It's only gonna take me like 15-minute walk. It ain't shit. Hearing like fucking monkey like shit. So boom, right? I wasn't going as often. I think once I hit my second apartment, I wasn't going as often. So yeah, I wasn't going as often as I was before. And I was going probably like once a week or once every 2 weeks or something like that. I wasn't going often. And then once I hit, I would say like by the other apartment where I said I was in Richmond, that was when, yeah, I didn't really go to trails like that at all when I was living there because I had a golf course in my backyard. So like as soon as you step out the apartments, imagine you having a whole entire trail in the back of your apartments. It's pointless to, you know, it's pointless to go on trails if you can literally walk a whole trail in your facility or in your area or whatever. So to me, it just felt stupid. I don't know how people was walking through this. Like, look how enclosed this looks. Some people don't look at this as paranoia, but I do. There's too many things that can go wrong in a situation like this. That plane can come crashing down right now. I gotta run. I figure out a way to the car. Look, a whole bunch of different situations. But anyways, so yeah, I stopped going as frequently, and then after a while, I started to realize that it was not. I just didn't need to go to trails that often, and I was dealing with a lot of different things, like working 2 jobs. I was always tired, so I didn't really care to go to the trails anymore like that, because it was a drive, and also it's a lot of energy being took from you. And I like to go to trails early. I don't like to go to the trails when it's like 5 p.m. or 3 p.m. or something like that. I'm not that type of person. That's dumb, because most trails close at 5 or 7 or 9 o'clock. I'm not walking in no trail after sunset. You got me fucked up, number one. Number two, why do they got one trail going this way and they got one going this way? I'm guessing that probably was a trail over there. Sometimes there'd be other, right? Do that. Okay? But the second thing I would say is to always make sure your phone is charged or bring a portable charger. So if you get lost in these trails, good luck to you, because they ain't coming to come find you unless you call 911. Okay? So yeah, definitely keep your phone on you. Know how to use a map. Know how to use your own maps, whether it's Apple Maps, Google Maps, or a real map, or bring a compass or something. Learn how to do something. If you get lost, you out of there. You know, especially at night. So the third thing I would say when it comes to coming on the trail is to know how to protect yourself. If you don't know how to protect yourself, you should not be going to a trail. A park is better for you. Go to a park. Don't go to a trail. If you are going to something like this, exit immediately. Because if you don't know how to defend yourself, if you don't know how to fight, if you don't know how to shoot, if you don't know how to protect yourself against a wolf, a bear, a lion, what else? Wild dogs, hogs, all different types of stuff, alligators. If you don't know how to protect yourself against all these things, you shouldn't be coming here at all. Yeah, see what I tell you? told y'all, I knew it was going to be the cemetery coming up. This is where the cemetery is. I'm guessing they took all the stuff out of it because the cemetery trail used to not come all the way up here. It actually used to be down there. And you would see all the stuff that they had. I'm guessing they moved it all. But it was like old toilets and old types of things and all different types of things. So this is Hodges Bend Memorial. If you guys don't know what it is, search it up. But this was actually one of the Revolutionary Wars. This is where it happened at. I actually, see, that's where the trail used to be right there. But I'm guessing they stopped it. So, I don't want to step on people's stones like that. But
some of these graves are like the 1800s, which is
oh,
kind
yeah.
of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still here, you know?
Yep, that's scary too.
Also, because like it's a public park, so like
Yeah.
walking by this place is kind of like
Yeah, like I feel wrong even like walking
right
past
here,
it. Yeah, like it's just crazy.
I turn off my music for like respect because I just feel like it's a little
Disrespectful. Yeah, me even walking right there, I felt like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be doing this. Yeah. You too. Bye bye. What I tell y'all, people love talking to me. I get like a magnetic connection every single time I go somewhere. People just like talking to me when I'm by myself. And he was cool as hell. Cool as fuck. Y'all saw that in third person. That was funny, honestly. So I was just like, oh my God. Yeah, they must have moved all of it because they had a bunch of stuff that was still right here. I'm guessing they moved it. I don't know. I might have knew that dude because this trail is right by my old high school I used to go to. So a lot of people that I went to school with come to this trail, stuff like that. So he was cool though. Look at him. You know, they've been running and stuff. But yeah, they used to have stuff all right here. I'm guessing they moved it because they didn't want people, or people stole it, was messing with it. But they had all different types of like furniture and stuff like that. Like, look, you can see it right here. This was a house. Look at that. That was a kitchen or something like that. This was a house. That's why they got a water pipe and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna have a paranormal investigation. I want to know what happened. And are they still here? Like, just crazy, bro. It's just crazy. I'm hearing that tree bend. It's like, that's another thing. That's another thing that I get scared of because a tree can just fall down at any given moment. It sounds like the background intro to This Is Halloween, This Is Halloween, everybody scream. So, yeah. I fuck with this trail 1 out of 10. I'd rate this trail a 10. It's scary, it's adventurous, and they have two different sides. There's this side of the trail and there's another side to the trail, but you have to go to the other side of the trail through my people's neighborhood. So if you don't go through my people's neighborhood, you're not going to see that there's another side of a trail, and it doesn't connect to this trail. It's the opposite trail. So yeah, but a lot of people don't walk the opposite trail. That's why I don't walk that hole like that right now. Especially if it has a lot of noises, you know. I would definitely not treat this like, oh, it's like a regular park. No, it's not. It's not. Because if an alligator come up out that water, what are you going to do? If I just see a wolf walk up to me right now, what are you going to do? And they don't have no control over this type of stuff because the trail doesn't go through the whole entire forest. You get what I'm saying? So you don't know how many, they're not going to know how many animals and how many creatures are actually in here. And the people that maintain parks, they don't come and maintain the park every single day. So they're not checking for what animal is in here every fucking day. You feel me? They don't maintain the park every fucking day. Most trails are not even maintained at all. So that should show you something too. See, I'm hearing snapping. So, yeah, the next rule is to be aware of your surroundings. I would never recommend to wear headphones. If you do, wear one in, one out. And don't play your music loud. Because if there is a threat in the trail you walk in, especially if you're in certain other countries or certain other states and stuff like that, people don't realize that in certain other countries, certain other states, there's more animals in trails and forests than there are probably in their own state or their own country. Okay, so you got to remember that too. You know, even though bears ain't sighted in Texas, I know for a fact that it could randomly be a bear one day. You know, so when it comes to other things, so I would say be aware of your surroundings. You know, make sure you listen. I would say, because those are the main ones that people easily are targeted, because you are not hearing anything. You're not hearing that somebody's behind you. You're not hearing that something's coming up out the woods. Like, you're only going to be hearing what you're seeing, whatever you're seeing. You feel me? So, I don't walk in here with headphones, and I usually play loud music. If I play music, I don't play it that loud. I put it on like 4 or 5, and that's it. When it comes to like other stuff as well, I don't do like another way of being aware of your surroundings is not being on your phone while you're walking through a trail. I'd recommend to just look up the whole time, or most of the time at least. That's why I'm not looking at the camera as much, because it's good to know what's going on around you, because something can happen at any possible moment. And this same trail that I'm in right now, I walked in here before, the same exact way I'm walking now back to the car. A snake came out, a poisonous snake actually came out of the tree and fell directly in front of me, like right here, almost hit me in the face. And it went down and it went into the thing. And I had to literally step back. I had to stop and step back and run away and let it just go across the trail, because I don't want no smoke with no snake, bro. And I don't got the type of weapons to hit a snake or kill one right now. Like, no. You know, so that's another thing. People think it's just animals you gotta look out for. No, you gotta look out for the animals that come out from the ground. Okay? You got certain lizards, you got alligators, you got crocodiles, you got certain birds that will attack you in here. Bugs, snakes, and then they also got snake holes. So snakes can come out from the ground at any given time. And if you don't know what a snake hole is or how to identify one, then that's on you. Same with walking into spider webs and stuff like that. So a lot of people are not aware or conscious of things when they're walking the trail. Like, look at them. They're not even the dude that was talking to me, when he was walking, he wasn't on his phone either. He stopped. That's the only time he got on his phone. He had stopped behind me, and he was just on his phone. And I'm like, see, that's smart to be on your phone while you stopping somewhere instead of when you walking. They think that just because it's a sidewalk and the trail is paved that it's safe. That don't mean it's safe, boo boo. There's so much of that forest that you guys can't see or probably don't even know about. And same with this park, whoever owns it. Pretty sure they don't walk through the whole thing. And I've seen wolves in here. I've seen coyotes in here. I've seen foxes in here. I came across one face to face in this direct trail. So that is why I'm cautious, because some trails I haven't had problems. Some trails I had problems with. And it's random times, random days. And yeah, just got to be aware, you know. And I was actually walking on another side of this that was paved like this. And that's how I saw the wolf. So it wasn't that trail part like back there where it was like literally you walking in the sand. No, I was walking in something like this and I saw the wolf. So yeah, I would say another thing would be to also when it comes to being aware of your surroundings, that also means to be aware. I'm gonna walk that down. It also means to be aware of the weather that day. Be aware of when the sun sets that day and everything like that. Like, I know what time the sun sets and stuff like that. So I set an alarm when to start walking back. You know, put my phone on low power mode. Close out any apps. Try to make sure my phone stay charged. Try to make sure I'm good while I'm walking through here. Because you never know. That's another thing of being aware, and also being aware of your surroundings and being aware of a lot of different things. Being aware of a lot of different things. So, what's it called? You gotta know that type of shit when you go into trails. This shit is not peaches and creams. It's not sweet. It's not sweet. Watch something gonna see you one day or meet you one day, and you gonna be terrified because you thought nothing was gonna happen just because it's a regular trail or something like that. You never know. You never know. And like I said, be aware of people following you. Be aware of who's behind you. Be aware of who's in front of you. Be aware if people ain't walking down the way, you shouldn't be walking down that way either. Be aware if a trail is closed off, do not go that way. Be aware of walking off the trail means danger. Good luck. They put a trail in the middle of the forest because they want you to be safe from whatever is in there. Because if you walk off the trail and you start going in the forest, you may encounter certain things or animals or whatever the case may be. My phone is on 47%. That's not bad yet. So, I don't know where this goes. I think I went this way. I don't think I went that way. I think I did go that way. I did. Went that way the first time. So, I would say, as well as when I say be aware of your surroundings, like I said, check for if a tree is about to fall. Check for if a bee is coming your way or wasps or anything like that. Be aware of stuff like that. Stuff falling on you. That's another form of being aware of your surroundings, you know. Another thing I would say is for a trail is I would not recommend you wear a wig. You're gonna sweat that shit straight off, especially on a hot day. I would not recommend having your hair done. I wouldn't recommend putting makeup on. I wouldn't recommend putting on a cute outfit because more than likely you're gonna end up dirty. You might fall, it might rain. Who knows what might happen? It's basically like you going out into nature. So why would you want to have your hair done, your makeup done, and put on a cute outfit just to go walk outside into nature? That just looks weird, you know, unless you're going outside to go take a photo, probably. But most people that come to trails, they wear workout outfits or regular degular outfits, like shorts and a shirt, okay? Tank top, whatever. So a lot of people tend to not realize that either. Like, come prepared when you come to a trail. You're not here to look cute. Nobody cares if you look cute or not. Most people come here to focus on themselves or to get away from things or to exercise. They don't give a fuck about you. Probably never gonna see these people again. I don't remember which way I was going. I think it's the left. Yeah, because I went right. to left. Watch me find my way out this hole. Like, I know this trail to a T. It's the most easiest trail not to get lost in. But yeah. So, whew, feeling the burn. Feel good though. But living life. See, like, what is this? What is this? I don't know if you guys can see that. But what is that flying, bro? Is that, bro? I see that. Goodness gracious. So, yeah. Other than that, though, it's cool. You know, like I said, be prepared. You're gonna sweat. You're gonna stink when you come out here. So I said I would not recommend looking cute, man or woman. I wouldn't come out here with a fresh cut or anything. Nobody cares about that shit. I've seen somebody on YouTube come to a trail with a chain. I'm like, bro, nobody cares. And most people that come to trails are old people. They gotta be like 30 and above. Like, it'd be a dab of some teenagers or maybe 20 to 28-year-olds, but it's mainly grown folks in trails and shit like that. It's rare you gonna see some kids, anybody under 20, unless they with a parent or something. But the next thing I would say is always bring a water, yeah. And like I said, prepare for the weather. If I know it's gonna be super hot, I'm not going to no trail. I'm not going to a trail if it's above 85 degrees. I'm not going to a trail. You're not gonna catch me going to a trail. And in Texas, it's hot. It'd be hot from like October, I would say like April. It starts getting hot. In April, all the way to like October. Sometimes September, it stops getting hot, but sometimes it's October when it stops getting hot. And right now, it's still hot in Texas. It's 88 degrees outside. But